This is a huge topic, okay, right?
So
Yes, but I think first off, I think it's the approach that we are different, first of all, and accepting, how completely and thoroughly different we are, right? But then it's not just that we can get along despite the differences. It's actually that those differences are really a resource because they attract us to each other. Kind of like, a magnet, the polar opposites attract, right? And so understanding that when I'm focused on Ron's masculinity, which is really what I fell in love with about him anyway, his virility, the word virile comes from virtus. And I think most guys don't understand that that's what their wife fell in love with about them. And I know with Ronnie, it was his sincerity, his pureness of heart, his chivalrous spirit, his strength, all of that. If I focus on that, that draws me to him. So it's not a disadvantage, okay, that we're so different, but we are so completely different. Every cell of our bodies, the way that we develop physiologically, psychologically, spiritually, so different.
Yeah, a key insight for me is that we are so different and that we're coming at life, we look at life through a completely different orientation and perspective. See, and that reality, helps me to understand that, to expect Kathy to see things my way is unrealistic. She's going to see it through a feminine perspective. And I'm going to see things through a masculine perspective. So that expectation that we're going to see things the same is unrealistic.
And unhelpful.
And by letting go of that and acknowledging that her perspective, her feminine perspective, is just as valid as my masculine perspective, and to look to see what I can learn and draw from that rather than just rely on what's comfortable for me in my masculine skin, opens me up to new possibilities that didn't exist before.
See, I think you can't love what you don't know, okay? So I think there's a real responsibility to learn the other. And part of that is the physiology of how they're wired, their hearing is different, their eyesight is different. The sciences are replete with it now, so it's really a fascinating subject.
Right.
But the more I study and understand Ron, the more I can love him, right? So that's, the first part.
But the answer to the question,
Yeah.
the answer to the question of what's the most significant difference from our experiences is the way that men and women naturally seek to achieve intimacy or to get close to one another, right? They're very different. And we don't often acknowledge or are aware of the other's preference and what is most comfortable and for them.
We also don't think they're both equally valuable and virtuous. So, a woman's preferred way of getting close or achieving intimacy is going to be deep verbal communication, on a feeling level. We love to talk, okay, and we love to be listened to, right? But especially if there's any distance between us, that's the way we're going to reach out. We're going to open up, we're going to talk, and we know that that is valuable in the relationship, but we don't always appreciate that a man's preferred way of getting close is going to be nonverbal communication. So the eye contact, the facial expressions, the touches, all the way up and including lovemaking are really a way for him to get close. I like to joke about the fact that, once I feel close to Ron, which I've achieved by, talking, then I'm very happy to celebrate it by making love, right? Whereas once Ron gets close to me, then he'll open up and talk. So women talk before they make love and men talk after they make love. But we don't always appreciate that, and that they're equally valuable and equally virtuous and have to be honored.